Good morning, everyone. Here it's 10 o'clock in the UK, so I'm sure there will be different time zone wherever you are. So maybe it can be a good evening or good afternoon to some of you, wherever your location is based in. So first of all, I'm so sorry. We are a bit late. We were supposed to start the session exactly at 10, but due to some technical glitches, the webinar got a bit delayed. As usual, today we will be talking if you as an international student are interested to study in Spain. As you know, Spain is one of the very prominent destination for international educations as well. And Spain is a country that is full of history, that has very multicultural history. It's also one of the top tourist destination as well. If we look at the stats, in Spain, the international enrollments has increased according to the Ministry of Education. Approximately 8 to 12%, there is an annual increment in the international enrollment. So that shows obviously Spain is one of the country that also attract the international student. Spanish universities has a lot of facilities for international students. Spain is a country that has very welcoming culture. If you visit Spain, either as a tourist, as a professional, you can say individual for your training purposes, or if you choose Spain as a destination for your study purposes, you will see that the Spain is actually in the European countries. It has a very keep a very important place in the higher education sector. My name is Sajid Hussain. As you know, obviously, I'm the CEO at HSI Consultants, and today we have one institute that's called SV Education. This institute has a lot of courses for international students. I mean, if we talk about language courses, Spanish courses, if we talk about pathways courses that can lead you to enroll yourself to the universities, and in particular for the public universities in Spain. I have very distinguished guest of mine, Bianca. She's from Corliss V Education. She's international relations, works for agencies worldwide and sport education. You can say agents and students worldwide. So Bianca, first of all, thank you very much for your time. It's really good to see you in our webinar.
Thank you, Sahid. It's really nice to be here in the webinar, and I hope every one of you are okay. And I'm Bianca from Carlos Education. I'm in the transfer relations for Asia and Africa market. So, hi guys. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Bianca, so I will not be asking you so many questions. Obviously, I'm sure you have your presentation that you would be obviously looking at to present yourself to the all potential students. So you can start your presentations. If there will be any questions, either from my side or from students, okay, we are expecting some question from our potential students, because whenever we have webinar, there are so many questions keep coming. So obviously, then once you will finish your presentation, then we can look into those questions one by one, and you would be there to help them out.
Okay, yeah, don't worry, guys, because at the end of the presentation, you're going to have your Q&A session, so you can ask me anything that you might have. Okay,
Excellent.
so let me start. So I can start.
Yeah, the floor is yours, Bianca. So
Thank you, thank you.
thank you very
So
much.
this is a very important question. I know some of you guys like are planning to study or live in Europe, and then you're going to ask yourself, why Spain? Why do I have to choose Spain? Why not Paris? Why not France? Why not Germany? Why the other countries? Why Spain? So for me, the most the most important thing that you can get is that Spain is the cheapest. It's the cheapest country in Europe. So if you're planning to live, to study, and to have a life here in Europe, it's a good entry point. If you're planning to be in Europe, that's it. It's very cheap, like daily expenses, the accommodation, the studies, and everything. And second thing is the healthcare. Public healthcare and education is free. Like you don't need to pay anything. It's just an administrative fee, course materials. You just need, the only thing that you have to have is you need to learn Spanish. Since public universities, you need to study in Spanish. And also for public healthcare, everything is free. If you need to go to an operation, to go to the dentist, here is free. And other thing is the weather. It's not like the other countries in Europe, like it's just cold and like a grayish vibe environment. Here, Spain, there's a lot of sun. So it's like people go here to go to the beaches because there's a lot of sun, and the are very longer, so you have a lot of things to do. You can do anything that you can do, like for example study, and then after that work, and then still have your own free time. And also important thing is that you don't need IELTS. We don't need English level certificates. We don't need IELTS. We don't need TOEFL, because when you go here to Spain, you're going to study Spanish, not English. So you don't need those certificates anymore, and that's going to be a relief for you, because I know that it's hard to get those certificates. And what else? Important thing, as an Asian like me, I'm from the Philippines, so rice is very important for me as a food. So it's not just like any other European countries. You're just going to eat bread or potatoes. There's also rice, so you can live and you're not going to feel homesick every time that you're here. And what else? Yeah, I think that's it. Some of the most important thing as a benefit of why Spain. And I'm going to show you a video of our school. We are Carlos V Education. We are a language school, and this is like a 2-minute video of the courses that we have. It's in Spanish, but you're going to have it. There's an English subtitle, so you're going to get a gist of how the Spanish language is. So yeah, enjoy.
Bienvenidos a Carlos V Education. Nos encontramos en la sede central de Sevilla, donde comenzó todo en el 2014. Tenemos 2 sedes más, en Madrid y en Málaga. Hemos crecido durante todo este tiempo para convertirnos en un referente en la enseñanza de los idiomas y la inversión lingüística y cultural, ofreciendo oportunidades educativas y profesionales a estudiantes de todo el mundo. Y esto es lo que hacemos.
Ha sido una experiencia inolvidable conocerla y poder explorar las regiones que hemos estudiado.
È un'occasione in più per vedere un'altra città, visitare un altro paese, bellissimo.
And I would definitely recommend this for anyone who wants to just experience something beyond that you've experienced before that you wouldn't imagine it.
Alles in allem kann ich das euch nur empfehlen. Macht eine schöne Zeit bei Carlos Quintos. Sehr empfehlenswert.
Okay, so we are Carlos for Education. Already 11 years of experience in language education and with native teachers. As you saw in the video, we have group programs and individual programs. But for you guys, and I think it's better, we're going to focus on individual programs, since you're going to apply your student visa and it's a long-term course. So I'm going to show you all the programs that we have available for individual students. We also have cultural immersions, linguistic programs, Spain abroad, and training for higher education, internship, and job placement. So we have 3 schools. We have 4 schools in total. 2 schools in Malaga, 2 schools in Madrid, which is in Retiro and Moncloa. one school in Malaga and a school in Sevilla. Sevilla is our headquarters. I'm currently here in Sevilla. You can visit us anytime. So it's a pure of Spanish culture. And in Madrid, we have Retiro and Moncloa. Retiro, these are the programs for the one that's going here are the group programs, and the Moncloa is the individual. If you're going to study Spanish in Madrid, it's going to be in Moncloa. Malaga, this is our address, is also in the city center. All of our schools are in the center. If you want to visit the city and go go as a tourist, it's going to be accessible for you because we are in the city center. And what else is important thing? Which school am I going to choose? It depends on your priority. For example, you want to study and then at the same time get a part-time job. It's best to go to Madrid, since if you don't know how to speak Spanish yet, there are some part-time jobs there that you can get even if you're just an English speaker, because here in Spain it's very important for you to have Spanish knowledge, Spanish level knowledge, since here it's not like any other countries that you can move freely with just an English language. You need to learn at least basic Spanish in order to move easily. And Malaga, if you love beaches, if you are a fan of beach, sun, heat, go to Malaga, because Malaga is a city center, and then there's a beach inside the city. So if you're planning to have a part-time work in hospitality, tourism industry, you go to Malaga. It's also international, but it's more on hotel sites, tourism, restaurants, bars, everything is there for tourists. And Sevilla, this is like this is also this is the fourth biggest city in Spain. If you want to really be immersed in Spanish culture, go to Sevilla, because there's a very rich history of Spanish here, and it's also a city, so there's going to be a lot of part-time works as well. But Spanish is very important for them, so you need to have at least basic level Spanish. For daily expenses, sorry, for daily expenses, Sevilla and Malaga are the cheapest. Madrid is quite expensive since it's the capital city. And for accommodation, Sevilla is the cheapest. Malaga is a little bit expensive because of the tourists. There's a lot of tourists there. Madrid is expensive. So yeah, depends on your priority in which to choose. So these are all our programs. The one that are highlighted are the individual programs. We have soccer programs, academic Spanish, and access to university. So what are these courses? So the first one is the academic Spanish program. This is a Spanish course, 30-week Spanish course from A1 to B2. Right now, for next year, we're going to give until more than 30 weeks. It depends to you, but the course is just 30 weeks. We can add like 10 weeks more to get it for a year long. So it depends if how long you want to study Spanish. But this is the course. So it's from A1 to B2, 30 weeks and 7 to 8 months and 20 hours per week. You're going to study Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then after 1 p.m., you can already look for do your free time activities or look for a part-time job. The ages here, it says that plus 16, but this is just for the European citizen. You must be 18 years old and above in order to study this course, because of the new immigration law, you need to be 18 years old and above to apply for a student visa. And what else? This course is for the students who wants to study master's degree afterwards in a public university, vocational training in public or private. It depends on your priority. Why this course? Because if you're going to study master's in a public university, you need to have at least B2 of Spanish level. And vocational training, you need to have at least B1. So go here, study Spanish with Carlos V, and then after that, we are going to help you to be admitted in the university or in a college for vocational training. And for the vocational training program, this is for private. We also have public. For private, these are the programs that we have. We have the middle degree and higher degree. For the middle degree, these are for the students who graduated until grade 10. If you're a grade 10 graduate, you can study the middle degree. And if you are a grade 12 or you have a bachelor degree, you can study the higher degree or grado superior that we are saying here in Spain. The total years of vocational training, if you are a high school graduate and a bachelor degree graduate, is just 2 years. If you're a grade 10 graduate, it's 4 years. Master's here is just 1 year. And then we have another course, which is University Pathway Program. This is for the students who want to study bachelor's degree in public universities in Spain. So what do you need? You need to have you need to study with us, and you need to have at least B2 in order to study bachelor's degree. Also, you need to do an university entrance exam. So this course is a reviewer course for you to be prepared for that exam, and then you can study bachelor's degree in any places in Spain. So, and we also have another option. If you don't want to do an exam, we can do the international admission phase in Andalusia, and you're going to study bachelor's degree just in Andalusia. I'm saying Andalusia is an autonomous community that includes Seville, Malaga, Cordoba, Jaén, and more. And that's the Andalusia autonomous community. It's in the southern part of Spain, but it's also good. It's also a city. So it just depends to you if you don't want to do an exam. And what else? The last one is the football program. So if you are a football enthusiast, we have Sevilla Football Club with us. So you're going to train and you're going to sign your contract directly to Sevilla Football Club. And then you're going to study Spanish courses with Carlos Education inside their facility. So everything is going to be with Sevilla Football Club. The 40,000 euros you have to pay is with Sevilla Football Club, but you don't have to pay just one payment. You can do installments, and that's it. So it's really a very professional program if you are a football enthusiast. And I explain like very general types, but I know that you're going to ask me questions, so that's why it's better for me to have more time in question and answer portion than the one that I'm talking about. So questions.
All right, thank you, Bianca. I have written down a message over here in the chat box. If any student have any question, they can raise. Yeah. So, I mean, you mentioned about admission at public universities. So, imagine, for example, if we talk about college fee education, and obviously, majority of our students, they will be coming from Pakistan originally, because we have multiple offices over there. In terms of student assessment, like minimum they need to have 12th grade, if I'm not wrong, isn't it, to get into the quality education?
For the public university, yes. If you're going to study bachelor's degree, you need to have until grade 12. But vocational training, grade 10.
Okay. And in terms of entry requirements, do you have any checklist what you really need from student, what they need to have for the admission
Okay.
purpose?
For the entry requirements in our school, Carlos Education, we just need the passport, their academic documents, and to fill up the admission form. In the admission form, it will let you to upload all your documents and all your details. And once I receive that, I'm going to give you an offer letter. So we don't do interviews and those kind of things.
So roughly, how long overall it takes? So can you tell our potential students step by step, like how the admission process works? So once we will be sending their document, they will be receiving the conditional offer letter, right?
Yeah. So so it will work like this. So once the agency, HSI consultant fill up the admission form, I'm going to receive a notification. And after that, I have 1 to 2 working days to provide you the offer letter, the quotation. And then once you got it, you will see the prices, the services that we have, the total amount, and you need to pay it full payment. We don't accept installments. So once you do the full payment, it's going to have 2 to 3 working days to arrive the payment in our account, and then we're going to provide the issuance of the admission document for the visa. The important thing is, just fill out the admission form, and I'm going to try to send everything already.
Okay. And what's your recommendation how early a student should start the process? So imagine, for example, someone wanna join September intake, so how early should they plan to get admission?
Right now, our school we opened the admission time frame like very very early. So right now we're already accepting September, but the one that I recommended I think 6 months because you have to apply your visa. When you do the visa appointment, it has to be 60 days minimum of 60 days before the course starts date. So, for example, let's say we have an intake and right now in January, so you need to apply your visa by now, like November.
Mhm.
So that's the important thing. Just get the 60 days and you need to have it before applying for the visa. And for now, for example, we have September intake, so we are already accepting students who's going to study, especially in Pakistan. I know that there's a lot of problem in the visa appointment dates, so I think it's better for you to apply now for September, so you will have time to book an appointment for visa.
All right.
Because for documents, you're not going to have a problem. I think in Pakistan, the problem is the visa appointment.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's the big issue actually from embassy point of view. The student has to wait a lot actually.
Yeah, that's
And
why.
there is another issue. I mean, 2 minutes. Like if we talk about UK, the student don't really need to testify their documents. But obviously, if we talk about Spain and other European countries, there are so many checklists. The student has to get the document attested from IBCC, from HEC, from
Mhm.
Foreign Office. So that is another one of the things that they really need to go through.
Yeah.
Okay. So overall, like how's I mean, if I talk about from Pakistan perspective, we just want to know the overall success ratio for your institute from that territory. I mean, what they,
Okay.
yeah.
For Pakistan, we currently have like a long-term student right now. So at the end of this question and answer portion, I have the testimonial video of our
Mhm.
student in Pakistan. I can play it
Mhm.
later so you can see it. And he had a visa acceptance rate. He had a visa approval, and but he applied here in the Philippines. So he was not from the
Mhm.
Pakistan. He didn't apply for the visa there. What we have right now is that I must say, like, I just started September last year, so I
Mhm.
didn't have a lot of Pakistan students. So right now we have pending Pakistan students appointments. So we are still waiting for the approval. Hopefully, it get approved. So yeah.
So, Bianca, tell me please about student diversity. I mean, once the student enter in the class, so do you have different nationalities across the world? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
when the student
right
come, they,
now.
they do really feel like this is a global institute or this is only Spanish institute?
Yes, right now, all of our students for long-term programs are international. So
Mm-hmm.
we right now we currently have for the September intake we have students from Middle East, from Morocco, from Philippines, from Vietnam, and from Pakistan. So it's really very, very how to say this globally, internationally. So yeah, there's a lot of nationalities in one classroom.
Okay. And in terms of the courses, which one is the most, you can say, I mean, the most popular course that the international students are looking for at Carlos V Education?
Okay, most of our students, I must say it depends on the country. Because, for example, our Moroccan students, they prefer to study the university pathway program because after that, they want to study bachelor's degree. And then the Middle East the students that we have, they prefer to study the academic Spanish program, just Spanish. And then after that, it depends to them if they're going to study masters or look for a job, or it depends. So, and the Asian like Philippines, Vietnam, and Pakistan, they also get the academic Spanish program because it's the same priority as the Middle East. So they prefer to after that after the Spanish program they prefer to look for a job or just go to masters in or go to vocational training. So it depends on the nationality of the student and the priority. And also I forgot to mention, we also offer services. We do have accommodation for a month. You can stay for duration of your program. It depends to you. And also insurance and airport pickup. So when you arrive here we have that services, so you're not going to be how to say this, worried if I arrive, do I have an accommodation? Do I have someone to pick me up? We do have that service. So it depends if you want to take that.
So when you say like we have accommodation for 1 month, that is free for students, or
No, they have to pay. It's additional
all
services.
right.
It's
Okay.
additional services, so they have to pay. So the one that is included in the price, okay. Sorry, I
Mm,
didn't say it clearly. So the one that is included in the price of the program is that once you get your visa approval,
mhm.
we do have the pre-departure briefing of our team in Madrid, Malaga, and Sevilla to help you what you need to prepare, what you have to bring, and then after that, once you arrive here, we're going to help you to open a bank account, to buy a SIM card, to book appointments for the public administration because you need to convert your student visa to student resident card. We do help that as well. The homologation process to recognize your transcript of records and diploma to study bachelor's in vocational training is also included in the price. What else? And also the booking of appointment. I said it already. Yeah, that's it. That's the one that's included in the price. The additional services is the accommodation, the airport pickup, and the insurance. Because when you apply for the visa, you need to get an insurance that is recognized here in the Spanish embassy, in your Spanish embassy. So that's why you can get it through us as well.
Okay, perfect. Bianca, I have some question
Mhm.
from audience, so I can go one by one. I can display on the screen as well, so you can look into that, please.
Can you please confirm how many hours students are allowed to work during their studies and from which point they can legally start working at work? Okay, you can work 30 hours per week. So while you are in our student visa, sorry, while you're in our student visa in a language course, you will have 30 hours per week of part-time job. When you can legally start working once we convert your student visas to student resident card. So it usually takes 1 month to 2 months to convert it, and then you can already work.
Okay, so is this like 30 hours per week? This is a permission from the government of Spain, or
Yes. So
okay.
let's say because you're going to have a student visa, right? They're going to have a student visa and their passport, and then once we help them convert it to student resident card, they're going to receive a paper, and in that paper it says that you're allowed to work, and then they have to wait. They can already work for that with that paper, and they have to wait 25 days for the card, but they can already work with that paper. So it's just like a temporary permit, but they can work already for
Okay,
that.
perfect. So maybe I can expand this question a little bit more. So, coreless free education, if to make the audience more understandable, that this is a sort of pathways, for
Mhm.
students. They can come for the either Spanish courses or university pathways courses. Once they will complete, obviously they will have an opportunity. If they want to go to the degree level programs to the public universities of Spain, they will be having a great opportunity from college education, and then they can move on further, right? Okay,
Yeah.
whatever the university requirements are in terms of, you mentioned a couple of courses that are mandatory the student must have in order to avail the fully funded scholarship, right, at the public university. So once they will start university, either it's a private university or public at Spain, so do they have the same number of hours they can work? And after completion of their degrees, will they have any post-study work visas? Normally here we call it graduate visa in the UK, so I'm sure we have in Germany as well. Even in France, after completion of their studies, they will have either 1 year or 18-month visa where they can work full time or can
Yeah.
find out any job.
So here in Spain, so once let's say yeah, thank you Said for clearing that up. So we are pathway courses. So for example, while you're studying your pathway course, your Spanish course, you're allowed 30 hours per week, 7 to 8 months, and then after that you have to, for example, you decide to study in the university. So you have to renew your visa here in Spain
Mhm.
with that degree, with the master's degree, bachelor's degree, or vocational training. And then after that, while having that student visa with those in the university, you can work as well. 30 hours per week is the same hours as a language course. And then after that, you will have a, we call it job seeker visa. It's not a post-study visa. So
All
you,
right.
once you finish your master degree, bachelor's degree, or vocational training, you're going to have a year of job seeker visa.
Mhm.
So it allows you to look for a job and to convert it to a working permit. That's how it works here.
Perfect. And if they are able to find a relevant job, whatever the
Mhm.
degree they have got it, and then I'm sure that that company can sponsor the students,
Yes,
okay.
it's the employer who's going to apply for them for the working visa.
All right, excellent. uh there is another question, so maybe there will be some other question repeating, so you can skip that one if you feel like.
Okay, could you please confirm where dependence on the company? I would appreciate clarification where dependence lies by cost level or if it's restricted under current immigration regulation. Okay, as per our lawyer, you're allowed to bring your dependents as long as it's your legal partner, legal spouse, and also the children are minor. But they are not when they arrive here, they are not allowed to work. So the permission is just like your, how to say this, accompanying person for the international student. If they want to work, if they want to legally work, they need to look for an employer to sponsor them, and then they convert their working visa here in Spain. So that's
Okay,
how it works.
thank you.
Welcome.
Just 1 second, I do have more questions as well.
While waiting, do you want I should play? I play already the testimony of the Pakistan student. So while waiting for the questions. How much study gap accepted in academic Spanish program? What is the total fee of both Spanish language and how many fee? Tell me about scholarship. Okay, study gap accept in academic Spanish program to be safer for the visa. We don't actually have the study gap requirements, but for the visa application, to be safe, it's like 2 years, 2 years, 2 to 3 years to be safe for the visa application. The total fee of both Spanish language program, our Spanish language program, it ranged around 4,000 euros to 5,000 euros. It depends on the school. I mean, it depends on the destination, if it's Madrid, Malaga, or Sevilla. And about scholarship, we don't have scholarship. The one that I mentioned earlier is that when you decide to study in a public university, because public university you don't need to pay anything, so it's free. You just need to pay the administrative fees, the extra fees that they have for the for the university, for the school. So we can apply discount. It depends on the student profiles. So yeah.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah, scholarship. No? Could you
Okay,
please
that's
guide me about the scholarship? We don't, as I mentioned earlier, like we don't offer scholarships. So because we are a private school, the one that we offer, the scholarship is just for the public universities. So they don't, yeah, there's no.
so roughly, for example, for the courses that you are offering, what's their fee range? Maybe they, I mean, somehow, when the student visit our offices, the first question they ask, okay, how much is the total tuition fee and how much would be the discount, bursary, or scholarship? So simply if we say them there is no scholarship, maybe that will be some sort of disappointing them, isn't it?
Because what we do is that how to say this, because we are a language school, so we don't have that kind of scholarship like the universities are offering. So but the courses that we have is relatively cheaper if you're going to compare it to Germany, to Poland, or to UK. What we have, for example, the Spanish course that we have in Madrid is just 4,950. That's the exact price. 4,950 euros. And then in Seville and Malaga is 4,620 euros. So it's like relatively cheaper than paying 10,000 euros, 12,000 euros to any other universities. So that's why maybe you understand why we don't have those kind of
Oh yeah,
things we
yeah. It
offer.
makes sense. Obviously, you already have very competitive and very discounted fee arrangements already in place. Yeah. All right. Here is another question, please.
Can you please confirm whether you offer any courses in English or there everything that we have is Spanish is a pathway course. So we are a language school. So what for a language visa for a language student visa is better to study Spanish. We do have English courses, but the English courses is not advisable if you apply for a visa that is related to a language course, a language school. So what we offer is Spanish, and then after that continue, and it's going to be a plus for you because if you really want to bring your family here, if you want to have a stable life here in Spain, Spanish is very important. It is going to open a lot of opportunities for you to work, to study, or any plans that you have here, future plans here in Spain. So I suggest that you better study Spanish than English if you're planning to live here in Spain because it will not help you a lot the English.
No, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for example, even if the students say, "Okay, I wanna study just Spanish language
Mm.
course," either from Pakistan, so they will be simply applying for that. And once they, obviously, it makes sense. I mean, either if they have to do a part-time job, or for example, obviously, for a communication while living in Spain, it's very important that they need to have the understanding of the language as well.
Yeah, and for example, I'm sorry, I have to stop you. I can share you my experience. Like I'm from the Philippines and I study masters here in English. So the masters in English, the one that I paid is twice the tuition fee of the amount of the Spanish program of the
Mm.
Spanish degree. So that's how it works here. It's like if you're going to study English, it's double or triple of the amount of the Spanish degree. And once you graduated, I need to learn Spanish again to get a job.
Mhm.
So it's better to start primarily first in Spanish, and then after that go with what you want to do in life in the future, because that happened to me. So after I have the master's degree, I still need to learn Spanish in order to work here and to find more opportunities. So yeah.
Now, this question is the obviously you already mentioned that we are not really strict about the educational gap, but ideally it should
Mhm.
be 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone is asking about the age as well, age factors.
Okay, for the age limits, we don't have age limits. So I must say, like we currently have a 51-year-old student studying Spanish because his plan is not to go to universities. His plan is to take the risk to look for a job, and I must say it's working very well for him right now. He's already working in a restaurant as a chef. So yeah, the important thing is just 18 years old and above, and that's it.
Mhm. And in terms of a pathways courses or Spanish language courses, what the minimum educational requirement are like? Either should someone have GCSE, A level, or 12th grade?
Minimum is grade 10. I'm not sure what is the equivalent of grade 10 there in Pakistan. I think it's grade 10, right?
But for the Spanish language course, does someone need to have any academic qualification?
Because if it's just Spanish, we don't need any academic documents because you're just going to study Spanish. But
Mhm.
I just always grade 10 because maybe in case you didn't have the luck to find a job, you can
Mhm.
go to the university or vocational training. So it's best to
Mhm.
have at least grade 10 to go like
Okay.
a backup plan. So
How many intakes we have? You mentioned about Jan, September.
okay, so secondary initial GC. Okay, for the I'm looking for the transcript of records of Pakistan. Available intakes right now we have for the three schools we have September. No, we have January 19 and September 14, 2026 for the three schools. For
Mhm.
Madrid, we have January 19, February 23, April 16, I think it's April 16. Hold on, let me check. And September. So we have more demand. April 6, sorry. We have for Madrid, we have January 19, February 23, April 6, and September 14. These are for the courses that has a pathway going to universities and to vocational training schools. But if you just want to study Spanish in Madrid every month, we are open.
Mhm.
So every first week of the month, you can study Spanish courses with us.
Okay, perfect. And in terms of tuition fee, how much is the initial deposit? Are you accepting full tuition fee, or are
Um,
there any installments?
the requirement is to make a full payment. We don't accept installments. So, for example, if you get the services of accommodation plus the insurance plus the courses plus the airport pickup, so you need to pay it in full. Since we're going to submit the admission, we are going to give you the admission document, and you're going to use it everything for the visa. In case of visa refusal, we do refund everything less for 100 euros. So you can get everything back
So, in short, obviously, in case of visa refusal, there will be deduction of 100 euro, and the rest
for
of the
100,
fee.
for 100. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Uh, there are some of the questions that you have already responded, so I'm not displaying on the screen. What is the
You're
average cost of studying tuition fee plus living cost in Spain?
okay. The average cost of studying, you mean the tuition fee in the universities, right? So let's say for bachelors, it's around 700 to 1,000 to 2,000 euros per year for bachelors. For
Okay,
masters, around 1,000 to 4,000 euros per year, a year, because it's just 1 year masters. And for vocational training, I think I don't have to pay anything for public.
okay.
But
So
depends.
maybe I can elaborate this question.
Yeah.
Obviously, we understand about the tuition fee. They have to pay full in advance before they apply for a visa. But about the living cost, obviously, they need to have some funds either in their bank account. Obviously, they will
Just for
be
the visa, right?
yeah.
For
So
the visa, I always say like it's around 8,000 to 10,000 euros, like for the
okay,
financial
for 1 year.
documents
Yeah,
for a
for
year.
1 year. Okay, great. And is there any requirement for the how long the funds should be in the bank account?
I have to check because in every consulate of Spain it's different, but generally they ask for 6 months, 3 months to 6 months of financial documents. But I have to check right now for Pakistan because it
Okay.
depends.
So, Bianca, there is also a very great trend about online education these days or
Mhm.
hybrid learning. And for example, if there is any student who has completed or passed Spanish language course, either
Mhm.
through online mode of study or it can be anyways anyway. Yeah. So on the basis of that one, can the student can apply directly to the pathways course, the foundation year course at quality education or to the university for the undergrad or postgrad?
Okay, let's say for example they do already have the Spanish level. If they have at least B1, if they have B1, they can continue vocational training. They
Mhm.
can, when they apply for the visa, directly to vocational training, but in private. Because in public, you have to be here to be admitted in public universities. And let's say, for example, you already have A1 or A2, you can start studying the language. You can start studying, for example, our course is from A1 to B2. You can start from A2 to B2. So you can skip the A1 because you already have that level. So that's how it works because we need to do the homologation process for the public universities. So you have to be here to homologate your transcript of records.
Okay. And if applicant is already got refusal either from Spain already or from any other country,
Mhm.
will be accepting that student at college fee education.
Sorry, what do you mean? If they got,
If the student is already refused from any other institute, either from Spain or from any other country, uh, can we accept that student at college fee education?
yes, we can
Okay.
still do accept them. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Uh, yeah, I
That's
think that you have already answered.
yeah.
Okay, maybe this question is not directly relevant to you. It maybe
Yeah.
it's for the government of Spain and the government of Pakistan. They really need to work together, to resolve these issues of embassies. But if you wanna share any of your opinion, you can.
I must say, like, they do have a visa appointment. The problem is that it takes a while. Like, for example, the student that we have right now, they got the appointment for February. So what we do, for example, let's say they are enrolled, they paid the courses for September intake, and they got the appointment for February of the next year. So what we do is that we move the student to the next intake without paying anything. So we just move them to the next intake of the course. We give a updated admission document for you to can apply for the visa, and just move to the next intake. So there's no charges, no anything, and just move to the next intake, and that's it.
Okay, all right. Bianca, you mentioned, I mean, obviously, I was looking at the entry requirement for public universities. So there is a particular name of the course. I think it's in Spanish language. I don't really know, that the student need to complete in order to get the public universities admissions. Do you
Yeah, they
remember?
need to do the PC exam. In Spain, we call it selectividad. But
Yeah.
if you're going to study
Can you write it down in the comment section, or
where here in chat, because I don't know
yeah,
where to write it.
yeah.
Selectividad. There's one. In Spain, we call it selectividad, but
Yeah,
international, you can call it PCE exam. So if
okay.
you want to study bachelor's degree outside Andalusia, which means you want to study bachelor's in Madrid, Valencia, Barcelona in public, you need to do this exam.
Okay.
So our courses will help you to review those subjects that you need to that's going to be in the exam and Spanish course.
All right, that's great. And is there any application fee?
When you do the admission form, no.
Yeah. Okay. So that's only tuition fee, whatever would be for the
Yeah,
course.
so they're going to pay the tuition fee of the 4,950 plus, and then after that, there's a 45 euros. We say it registration fee, but it's the course material, the book, the notebook, and the pen. That's the 45 euros, and after that, the additional services.
Okay. So this selective, whatever the course you mentioned about for public universities. So obviously, once the student will be studying at Corliss V Education, they will be definitely completing this one, isn't it?
Yes. I'm going to give you an example. Like for example, let me open. Because in the course, it's not just Spanish course. You're going to study subjects. Like for example, you want to study engineering. You're going to study subjects for engineering for that exam. So that's how it works. So it's like, wait, let me open a brochure for you so you can see the difference of that one. But also, Sahid and his student counselor is going to explain for you further details, but it's like this. How do I share the screen?
You want to share the slides?
I'm just going to share. I'm just going to share the subjects that we have for the bachelors if they want to study bachelors.
Okay.
I'm sharing it or no? Oh, no, I'm not sharing it.
It's not coming up yet. Can you try again?
You can see it, right?
Yeah, that's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to study bachelor's, these are the subjects that you're going to study with us. So you
Okay.
have the LE modules, the general modules, which is mandatory, and this ING, SDS, and ECO depending on the bachelor degree that you want to study. So let's say, for example, you want to study medicine, so you have to study the SDS. The business is the ECO. So in the 30 weeks, 7 to 8 months, you're going to study all these courses in Spanish.
All right, that's great. Excellent. I think we have pretty much covered all the question.
Okay, so let me play the video of the Pakistan students. so they have this. It's just 3 minutes, so you have an idea.
All right. So yeah, that's all. Nothing more. Bianca, is there anything else that you want to add up to? Then we can wind up the session.
I think I already mentioned everything but let me share you first. But let me share you first the how to say this, the testimonial of my student, of our student, so you have an idea how she is, because she's really happy right now in Spain, in Madrid. So
Okay.
you will have just an idea on everything. Let me play first. It's just 3 minutes, and then after that I can say goodbye.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Hi.
We can't hear him.
Sorry?
There is no volume.
There's no volume?
No.
Wait. Hold on. Where is the volume? Let me open here. Maybe it works. It's too bad there's no volume. This is really good. I'm going to try to download it first, and then yeah, you can you can ask me questions again. It's too bad I can share it without the volume. Give me a second.
That's fine. Even you can share with us. You can share with me later on, and obviously
Now
we
I
can.
think I can. I think it's working already. Can I share it again?
Yeah.
Share screen. Share screen. Let me know if it's working. But the first video earlier, there was a sound, right?
No, there was no sound.
The first video of our school.
No, first was fine. Yeah, first was fine. There was a video. There was volume in the first one, but in
It
this
was
one
right.
we can't.
Okay. I thought there was.
Yeah, it's working now. You need
Yeah.
to display on the screen. Can you display on the screen, please?
Wait, hold on. Share screen. Mm-mm-mm-mm. It was really good because finally he's so happy. Like he's really happy of his experience here in Madrid. He just started September, and he's pretty fine. Like he's already working, and being, how will I study this one? I cannot see it right now. Okay, let me play. Can you hear it?
My name is Girat and I'm
Yeah.
28 years
Okay.
old. I'm from Pakistan, and Spanish is one of the most widely spoken languages in the world. And if ever you are into businesses, you go to Central America, North America, or Europe, in USA as well. So might as well. I was a business student in back in the Philippines, so I want to explore more open for communication with other people in the world. So that's why I chose to study Spanish. Madrid is very close to my heart because I'm a Real Madrid fan. So of course I had to choose Madrid here in Spain. And of course the culture, it's great culture. The color, the building, architecture, everything is great. I love it. Carlos Cinco is, the culture and diversity, especially, there are a lot of people from Asia, they are from Morocco. I'm from Pakistan. There are Filipinos. So while I was searching, I came across Carlos Cinco. So because of their diversity, culture, everything, so I chose this one. I'm getting along very well with my classmate. The teacher is great. I mean, she's very patient with us. For sure, we don't know how to speak Spanish. We make mistakes, so she's always correcting us, and she's really helpful for us. Yeah, it was definitely, I would say, for us as Pakistani, it was difficult. And Carlos Cinco, all the teachers, the facilitators, I was emailing them nearly every day how to do this, how to get new residents. I need this one. I need certain documents from college. I need to get receipts paid for. So everything, I think, everything was on time. My visa was released on time. I was given everything that I need, all the documents to process my visa. Yeah, I highly recommend the school, Carlos Cinco. And if you're looking forward to study Spanish, of course, the facilitators are great. The school is great, location, whichever you want. Madrid, if you're close to Madrid, why not?
Yeah, so that was his testimonial.
No, that's a great video actually. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it really motivates the student from Pakistan actually.
He's really happy. So
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like Spain as a country, obviously, it has a lot of values and obviously welcoming
Mm.
tourist destination, and in terms of competitive fee structures, although obviously we do understand that there are four big countries where that's called the English speaking countries. But if we talk about even the quality of education, obviously almost every single country in the Europe, they maintain the quality standards,
Yeah.
and yeah. So Bianca, thank you very much once again for your time, and it's really to see you in the webinar. You have given very valuable information for our audience, to our potential students. I'm expecting that there will be some more queries keep coming in relation to the admission process to study at college education, so hopefully in future we will be having more webinar with you. Now we will be start working on the potential applicants. Once they are ready, then we will be sending their documents to you.
Yeah. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Sajid, for this opportunity to have webinars with your interested students and to all wherever we are, right? I think you have a lot of international students right now, so I don't know where they are, but I hope you every guys are safe. And I hope I hope to see you soon, guys. Here, Spain is really a very competitive country. It's very cheap, so it's just the language, but it will not be a problem for you if you know how to how to say it, how to live in the broad is always like this, but yeah, you can do it. So I hope to see you guys soon. Hasta pronto.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And to all the potential applicants, please make sure you coordinate with our local offices if you are interested to study at Spain, and in particular at quality educations. The team would be over there to support you locally, and obviously once your admission will start, Bianca will be there. She would be really looking after you, your application. I mean, the staff at College Education is very, very supportive. You have seen the testimonial video of one of the student who came from Pakistan, so you can see the excitement and smile on his face. Yeah. So if you wanna make your careers successful in one of the top leading country of the Europe in Spain, so make sure you coordinate with our local offices and start your process as soon as possible. Thank you once again, everyone, and thank you, Bianca, for your time. So we can wind up the session now and say goodbye.
Thank you, and I really hope to see you soon, guys. I'll see you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.